Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24, where today the Athletics will begin this episode at Chase Field against the 45-22 Arizona Diamondbacks, a team that is one game back in the NL West, while the Athletics come in 22-43. As it'll be a tough series here in Arizona, but if you're excited for this one and another series, make sure you drop a like, you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as it'll be the lefty Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks today, having a pretty solid season. Ruiz getting the leadoff job here for the A's, a little bit of a switcheroo in the lineup, but Ruiz will begin the day by striking out to Rodriguez. Nick Allen in the 2 spot getting a start at shortstop today as he's going up against a lefty, and he hits this one well into right. Nick Allen's put together a pretty good season, specifically against lefties, so he's getting the start today. So he's on first base for Tyler Soderstrom, still in the 3-hole, and he'll pull this one to right field, where it will be caught for the second out. We'll take a look at this Athletics lineup today, looking a little different already through the first 3 batters. As we'll take a look at the rest, up next will be Ryan Noda, followed by Robbie Martin in the 5-hole today. Adam Frazier getting the start in right field. Zach Geloff down in the 7-hole. And then Eddie Rosario in the 8, followed by Jacob Wilson at third base in the 9th slot. So a lot of reshuffling here for the A's offense. Here's Noda up next, who gets jammed on a fastball, and he will pop up into foul territory, where it will be caught for the final out of first. On the mound for the A's will be Paul Blackburn, still struggling so far this season, making his 14th appearance. Just hoping he can turn it around at some point. Geraldo Perdomo, the Major League Baseball leader in hits, will lead off for the Diamondbacks today, as he will begin by grounding out to Zach Geloff. We'll take a look at this Diamondbacks offense that is really scary. They're hitting a team average 289, which doesn't bode well for the A's. We'll see Jordan Lawler, followed by Juan Soto, Santiago Espinal in center, Corbin Carroll in left, Christian Walker at first, Gabriel Moreno behind the plate, Nick Madrigal at second, and Emmanuel Rivera, who's been hitting very well recently in the 9-hole. Here's Jordan Lawler making his first appearance of this season as he pops out to right for out number 2. And that'll bring up Juan Soto in the 1-2, and he will swing and miss to the sinker. And it's a good 1-2-3 inning for Paul Blackburn. Bottom 3, here's Gabriel Moreno leading off for Arizona, and he will hit this one into left field. That'll be the first hit of the ball game for the Snakes by the catcher. Next up, Nick Madrigal will also hit this one into left field. Back-to-back singles here for the Diamondbacks, have them in some business. Up next, Rivera swinging a very hot bat, up to 266 on the season. Chops this one down the third base line, but Wilson doesn't make a play on it. I think he could have at least made a play and a run will score because of that. So the Diamondbacks strike first after 3 straight singles. Top of the lineup, Geraldo Perdomo up next, and he wants more than a single. Hits this one deep to right field over the glove of Frazier, and this is some problems. Another run will look to score, and it will. It's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Still no outs here in the 3rd. How about Jordan Lawler? 1-0 to him. He hits it up the middle. That is 5 straight base hits for the Diamondbacks, and it is now 4-0 in favor of the home team. This was just 0-0. Juan Soto up next. He keeps the hit train going. That's now 6 hits in a row, and Lawler with his speed will get all the way to 3rd, and still nobody out. How about Santiago Espinal? 1-1. He hits it into right. This looks like it will be caught. Frazier with a great diving effort. It will allow a run to tag, but finally we get some defense. Frazier with a great play out there. But it's 5-0 Diamondbacks. First out recorded, Corbin Carroll up next. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Runner looking to take second, and Espinal will be thrown out. So actually it's Soto. So, hey, we get an unconventional second out. And then later in the at-bat, Carroll will pop up, and that will be the 3rd. But the Diamondbacks get 5 here in the 3rd inning. We'll stay with them bottom 5. Here's Emmanuel Rivera leading off, and he will smoke a sinker up against the left field wall. Blackburn still in the game on the mound. It's a leadoff double for Arizona. Back to the top of the lineup, and Geraldo Perdomo hit an RBI double in his last at-bat. Mentioned how he's the Major League Baseball leader in hits, and he's going to pop up here on the first pitch he sees, where it will be caught by Eddie Rosario. Jordan Lawler now up next. 1-0 pitch to him, and he will bloop this one into right, and it will drop. This time Frazier doesn't make a play. Runner fully going, getting aggressive on the base pass, and it pays off. An RBI single for Jordan Lawler. It's 6-0 now, Arizona. And then Juan Soto up next hits this one down the line on the chalk, and Lawler with his 99 speed all the way from first will look to score, and he will. It's 7-0 Diamondbacks. off the RBI double from Juan Soto. As Blackburn in a little bit of trouble here, then walks Espinal. 2 on, 1 out here for Corbin Carroll, the 2023 NL Rookie of the Year. He's hitting .346. 2-0 to him. He chops over to first. Noda will just tag first. You're not going to be able to turn 2 on Corbin Carroll. So now just looking for a final out, trying to keep this one a 7-0 game. And Walker will line it right over to Geloff, but the damage done. It's 7-0 Diamondbacks as we go at top 6 here. Athletics offense been very quiet today as Rosario gets thrown out by a great defensive play from the former Brave Nick Madrigal. Now up next, Jacob Wilson turns on a nice fastball, but again, it's just going to flare out. The offense cannot put it in the gaps. This has been a reoccurring issue recently for this team. As with 2 down, Ruiz will chop it over to short, and he will beat out the throw. So a good infield single from Esteury Ruiz. Only the second base hit of the day for the Athletics, and make it 3 as Nick Allen has his second of the day. And now the A's trying to put together a little 2-out rally with 2 down on Rodriguez. Tyler Soderstrom up to him to keep it alive, and he will not. He misses on the fastball. Still a goose egg for the A's. Ryan Presley will then come in relief for the Athletics, the former Colorado Rocky who played Arizona a couple times last season. He's got a ERA down to .396, and he begins by striking out Lawler on a nice slurve. Trying to go through the heart of the order. Juan Soto up next. He chops it over to second. The 2024 AL MVP will be put out. Espinal now 2-2. Looks at strike 3. Favorable call, but it's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Presley. And then Joe Barlow, will get the next half inning. Our other good relief pitcher, .243 on the season. He gets the 8th inning as he starts off by getting Corbin Carroll to pop up to center. Carroll's gotten a lot of trade interest the past couple of years. It'll be interesting to see what Arizona does with him. Christian Walker up next. He swings through a slider. That's now strike 3. And Barlow trying to get through the side. Gabriel Moreno up next, and he'll pop it up over to Jacob Wilson, who will be underneath it, and that will end the 8th. The only problem is we're going to go into the 9th inning. We have not scored a run today, and Eduardo Rodriguez is going for the complete game shutouts. He's only 3 outs away as we make it 2 because Nick Allen will pop over to Walker. Soderstrom's turn now 0-2, and he pops up a cutter, times it up well, but cannot get enough on it. And Perdomo will put it away, and Rodriguez 1 out away from a complete game. On pitch 101, Noda will sky this one to deep right center. Got good handing on it, but it will be caught, and Rodriguez will complete the complete game shutouts against the Athletics. Final score of 7-0 as Arizona wins pretty convincingly here at Chase Field. Their 46th win of the season. Well, the A's just continue to struggle. You know, it's a bad couple of innings from Blackburn. I guess the one positive is the bullpen did play good once Paul did get yanked, but only 3 hits of offense is not going to be enough to beat one of the best teams in the National League as they win at 7-0 here in Game 1. Taking a look at your player of the game, it will go to none other than Rodriguez. The complete game shutout, only 3 hits, struck out 9 in this ball game. Now we go into game number 2. We lose this one 6-2. Micah Bell did not have a good start. 5 earned in 5 innings. He got the loss. Soderstrom did hit his 12th home run of the season, which was a positive. And then in game 3, we get swept. We lose 7-4. Sears 4 1/3, 7 earned, giving up only 1 in 10 on the season. Yikes. Rooker continues to swing a hot bat, which is nice. As we'll take it into the second half of this episode, where we'll now travel to Anaheim to face the 29-42 Los Angeles Angels, the 2 bottom dwellers here in the AL West, getting ready to go at it in a rainy day at Angel Stadium of Anaheim. I'm imagining this one will not be a full crowd, as 2 bad teams in a nasty weather game will go at it. But we got some baseball to play anyway. The Athletics looking to bounce back after getting swept. They'll be graded on the mound by Davis Daniel making a spot start for the Angels. As you saw before, Reed Detmer is supposed to get the start. He's dealing with a little bit of some discomfort in pre-pitching. So Davis Daniel will get his first start of the season. Ruiz still in the leadoff spot here for the A's, and he'll begin by drawing a leadoff walk as the slider will miss low. Rosario up to the 2-hole today, gets a changeup high and rips it into right, but again, it's right at somebody. So it will be caught, and we'll take a look at this Athletics lineup today. Starters back in, and it's a righty, so we'll get the usual lineup that we've seen. Soderstrom followed by Rooker in the 4-hole, Noda at the 5, Martin the 6, Davis in the 7, Geloff now down to the 8th, which is interesting, and then Jacob Wilson firmly in the 9 hole. Eddie Rosario been swinging a good bat in the past 10 games and 293 in that span. Soderstrom now up next with a 2-2, and he'll rip it through the right side of the infield for a base hit. So now 2 on now for the Athletics. That'll bring up Brent Rooker, and with the first pitch he sees, gets an inside fastball, and he turns on it to left. Got some curry, and it will clear the fence. A 3-run homer for Brent Rooker here in the first inning, as he continues to swing a hot bat. Had 2 doubles, went 3 for 5 in the last game, and now hits his 13th home run in this one. And the Athletics with a nice early lead. It's 3-0. Ryan Nato up next. First pitch to him, and he turns on a pitch perfectly timed, but it's an out. Laced right over to first base. Robbie Martin now up next. Pulls this one to left where it will be caught, but that'll end the first. The Athletics give 3 runs of support to Ken Waldachuk, who's been one of our better starting pitchers this season. A 3.45 ERA through his first 11 starts. He'll begin against the rookie Maxwell Sosaya, who plays third base, and he'll pop this one up into center field, where Ruiz will make the track down. We'll take a look at this Angels lineup. Struggling so far this season from anybody not named Mike Trout. As we'll see Nelson Rod up next, followed by Trout, Logan O'Hoppe, Taylor Ward in left, Evan White at first, and then we'll see Ernie Kim at second. Designated hitters Trent Grisham, and then shortstop Adrian Placencia. A lot of rookies, 4 in the lineup for the Angels, including this man Nelson Rada, who will hit this one through the right side of the infield, and the 20-year-old from Venezuela has the first hit of the day for the Halos. Trout up next will break his bat. Noda will make the grab. That's now 2 down for Logan O'Hoppe, the catcher. 1-2, and he looks at strike 3. Good pitch from Waldachuk as we're through 1. Bottom 4 now. Here's Mike Trout's second at bat of the ball game, and he's going to push this one to right. Not an easy pitch, but Trout will take it over the fence, and the Millville Meteor gets the first run for the Angels. Not a surprise that comes off the bat of Mike Trout. His 27th of the season. The 3-time AL MVP trying to make it a 4th as he continues to show that he's one of the best bats in baseball. But it's still 3-1 Athletics. Top 5 now, Jacob Wilson leading off for the A's, and he will slap one into right field. That's a base hit. The Athletics hit the ball a lot better in this game. That's their 5th hit of the day. Ruiz now up next will apparently go around on the slider. That'll be the first out. Up next, Eddie Rosario with a 1-1, and he turns on a slider deep to right field. No doubt about this one. A 2-run shot off the bat of Eddie Rosario as he will extend the lead. It's now 5-1 Athletics, his 8th home run of the season. And the former Minnesota Twin, who signed a 1-year contract, paying dividends here as he gives them now a 4-run lead. Later in the inning, now 2 down for Brent Rooker, and he's going to crush one to left. No doubt about this one. Brent Rooker hits his 2nd home run of the ball game. Stop giving this guy fastballs inside. He will turn on him, as that is now his 14th home run of the season. Rooker's playing his good ball. That might make him a good time to potentially trade him, but we will enjoy him while we got him. 6-1 now in favor of the Athletics. Cole Sands now in relief for the Angels. He was acquired a couple years ago at the deadline that sent Aaron Hicks over to Minnesota, as he will try to get the final out of the 5th, and Noda will not give it to him as he singles into right field, keeping the inning alive. That'll bring up now Martin in the 6th hole. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and he gets a high fastball, maybe a little too high, as he pops it up into right field, and that'll end the 5th. But the Athletics now with a 5-run cushion. As we go bottom 5 here, Ken Waldachuk trying to make it through so he can get the win if it continues along the score, as he'll get Trent Grisham to fly out. Adrian Placencia up next. The rookie will slap this one up the middle for a base hit, and that's the first in the career of Placencia. So that'll be a ball he keeps. Now the top of the lineup at Maxwell Sosaya. He grounds it right over to second. Geloff to Davidson. Over to first. A double play. And Waldachuk will go 5 strong innings. As we'll then go into the 6th, Ryan Presley, another former AL West Astro, will grace the mound. And he starts by plunking Nelson Rada. As that'll hurt. Slurve gets him inside. Trout now up next. Gets a hanging slurve. And luckily Trout doesn't make us pay as we were playing deep. That'll be the first out of the 6th. The All-Star Logan O'Hoppe up next, but a slider well outside the glove of Soderstrom will allow Rada to move up to second. Now runner in scoring position for the Halos with a 1-2, and O'Hoppe gets a good pitch to hit deep to left field. Rosario at the short wall, and he will make the grab. I thought that one was out of here, but it's caught. That's now 2 down For Taylor Ward, who with the 2-2, pokes it over to the second baseman. Geloff with a tough play, but he'll make it. And Presley gets through the 6th. Zach Jackson then comes in relief a little bit into the next inning for the Athletics, as he has a runner on second with 2 outs. But Adrian Placencia will keep the inning alive as the runner on second will score. It's now 6-2 Athletics. The Angels getting it a little closer. Maxwell Sosay up next, over to second, glove by Geloff. The Angels get 1. Robert Stevenson will then get the 8th inning for the Angels. 2.93 ERA for the righty. Starting off against Robbie Martin, who will go around on the slider. Couldn't pull back in time. The 7-hole, Logan Davison, 1 for 3 on the day. Gets a fastball down the middle, but just skies it up to center field, where it will be caught by Mike Trout. So quickly 2 down now for Geloff, trying to settle into the 8th spot now as he gets jammed. But he'll poke it into right field for a base hit. So now 1 on here in the 8th for Jacob Wilson. Full count pitch to him, and he tries to poke this one into right as well. But it'll hang just enough in the air and be caught by Rada. So go into the bottom of the 8th now. Here's Zach Jackson with 1 down, and Trout will crush this one to left. Second home run of the day for the Millville Meteors. This one's out of here. And the 11-time Silver Slugger has his 28th home run of the season. He's trying to add another one to that mantle. As don't look now, it's 6-3 in favor of the A's. Going into the top of the 9th now, another pitcher for the Angels, Jose Quijada out of the pen, and now lefty in for the home squad. As he'll try to get through the 9th, the A's want some more insurance runs. It'll be the top of the order up first. That's Esteury Ruiz, who gets plunked on a slider, so he'll take first. And that's the wrong man you want to put on, because when Ruiz is on the base pass, you got to be careful. He's going to try to steal, and he's going to take second base with no opposition. 18th stolen base of the season for Ruiz. And now a runner in scoring position for Eddie Rosario, who will slap this one up the middle for a base hit, and the A's will get that run from the Trout homer right back, as it's now 7-3, a 4-run lead. Soderstrom now up next for the Athletics, but he can't pull the trigger on the slider. That'll be out number 1. How about Rooker? 3 for 4, 2 homers on the day. He tries to get another base hit. Well hit, but it's going to be caught over in left by Ward. Now quickly 2 down. How about Ryan Noda? 1-2, and he can't connect on the change, but the Athletics get another run back. We'll go into the 9th inning now. Ryan Thompson, not a save situation. He'll come in with 1 down and 1 on to try to get the final 2 outs of the game. He'll start off against the former Yankee Trent Grisham, who won't make it easy for him, as he slaps it into right field for a base hit. Placencia up next has had a good game today, and he looks to add another hit to the game, and he will. Rosario can't come up with it, and this is going to be some trouble. It rolls all the way to the wall as 2 runs are going to score. It's a triple for Placencia, and it's 7-5 Athletics. And now all of a sudden, the tying run is at the plate. Only 1 down, and Maxwell Sosay will single through the left side. It's 7-6. Don't tell me the Athletics are going to lose this game. We have 1 down, and it's in the 2-hole, and we're not even going to wait. We're going to put in the closer, Tony Santillan, who has a sub-1 ERA, to try to get these final 2 outs. Nelson Rada up first. He gets jammed on a fastball. This will be put away from Rosario. We are 1 out away from winning this game, but the problem is it's Mike Trout. Santillan versus Trout. 2-2 pitch. Trout hits it well to center field, but not well enough. Ruiz is underneath it, and that'll be how this game ends. The Athletics win this one a lot closer than it should have been by a final score of 7-6. They finally put the final ribbon on this one, and they win game 1. Got scary late, but the Athletics and Tony Santillan proving that he's one of the best closers, one of the youngest closers in this American League, as he continues to rack up the saves now that he is the full-time closer in that regard. The player of the game will go to Brent Rooker, who had the 2 home runs in this one. A good game for him as he continues to pad the offensive stats as we take game 1 of this series. Now game 2, the Angels will win this one 10-5, as it was not a good pitching day. You can see he was on the mound to begin. You remember last episode when I gave a reason for sending down a Robbie Francisco, and I tried to give a reason for sending Jose Butto back up to the Major League roster? Do you remember that happening? I don't either. That must have been a bad dream or something, because that was definitely not said. We go into game 3, and we do win 6-1, so the Athletics do take the series as we win 2 of 3 in Anaheim. It's a good series win for the Athletics. Davidson hit a home run. Micah Bell 1 earned in 7 innings. A good start from him. And that'll take us into the next week where we return home for a 3-game set against the Braves and the Guardians. So it's going to be a tough week here for the Athletics. But we're coming off a series win, trying to keep that momentum going into the month of June as we inch even closer and closer to the draft and the All-Star break. Let me know in the comments section below, how did you enjoy this episode? What do you think of the A's so far? Maybe there's a guy we need to potentially look to deal as the trade deadline gets closer. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.